What is going on here? A Nissan Armada NISMO edition? What? That's right, Frozen Car Nation. This is what happens when Nissan takes its biggest, boldest SUV and hands it over to the NISMO division. You get the all-new 2026 Nissan Armada NISMO. Power, precision, and presence all rolled into one beast. So buckle up, folks, because this one's got attitude baked into every bolt that doesn't just haul, it howls, baby. Welcome to a special episode of Frozen Car Kings where we're stepping into full-size territory. I'm your Chrome Knight, and as always next to me is...
the Chrome King. Whether you're new to the channel or a Frozen Car OG, hit that like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below, because this isn't your average Suburban grocery getter. This is Nissan's boldest play yet, with an MSRP starting at around 104,448 Canadian dollars before taxes and fees.
Now, for those of you who've been with us since the beginning, you may recall we began with our very first ever episode reviewing the 2025 Nissan Armada Platinum Edition, thanks to our friends over at Northside Nissan right here in Edmonton. Well, our friends were very kind enough to welcome us back to check out this brand new, wicked-ass looking 2026 Nissan Armada NISMO. And wow, is it something else. All right. With this beast coming with so many features, let's start where it matters first, under the hood. The Armada NISMO packs a 3.5-liter V6 twin-turbo, now tuned by NISMO engineers to crank out 460 horsepower and 516 pound-foot of torque. It sends all that grunt through a 9-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters no less, and Nissan's intelligent 4-wheel drive system. The throttle's sharper, the shift's quicker, and the new NISMO exhaust? Absolute thunder. Every blip of the gas sends a deep rumble through your spine.
Now that sounds like pure muscle, not some synthesized hybrid hum. No batteries, no gimmicks, just honest old school power. And with the NISMO tuned suspension, larger sway bars, and black with chrome 22-inch forged and machined alloys, it's not just about raw numbers, it's how those numbers feel. This SUV squats, grips, and moves with purpose. You can tell it was built by people who actually love driving.
Visually, the Armada NISMO commands the road. Blacked out grille, red pinstriping slicing through the front fascia, gloss black mirrors, and that subtle NISMO badge that tells the world this isn't your neighbor's Armada Platinum. Inside, Nissan nailed the balance between luxury and aggression. Red stitching runs across the sport's bolstered seats. Alcantara accents keep things grippy, along with NISMO suede throughout, and a 12.3-inch infotainment display anchors the dash with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and full Nissan Connect integration.
And let's not forget the details. Metal pedals, contrast stitching, and that signature NISMO red ring on the start button. It's a reminder that even though it's a 3-row SUV, this thing was tuned with heart.
All right, Frozen Car Nation, I think it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show, Rivals. Now, it's interesting because you're going to find it challenging to find any foreign competition for this Armada NISMO unless you delve into the luxury world. And today we've decided to throw a little twist into our selections. As you'll see in this go-around, the majority are actually domestic brands. So, let's see who's ready to go head-to-head with Nissan's newest heavyweight. And please note, all MSRPs are Canadian and before taxes and fees as usual. First up, the 2026 Chevrolet Suburban High Country, America's big iron classic, packing a 6.2-liter Ecotec 3 V8 with dynamic fuel management, good for 420 horsepower and 460 pound-foot of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission and standard 4-wheel drive. Starting MSRP at around $107,999. Big, refined, comfortable, but let's be honest, Chevy's playing comfort first, not adrenaline first.
Next, the 2026 Ford Expedition Tremor. The off-road bruiser. It's got 3.5-liter EcoBoost high-output V6 with 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 10-speed auto with select shift capability. MSRP starting at around $104,470. It's got torque to spare and trail-ready swagger, but it's missing that full-throated rumble that makes the Armada NISMO feel alive.
Now, the 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer Summit Obsidian. Luxury meets excess. The 3.0-liter twin-turbo Hurricane i6 cranks 510 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. It's quick, smooth, and plush enough to make a private jet feel jealous. But with an MSRP starting at around $116,495, it's priced for folks who'd rather chauffeur than drive.
And finally, the wild card import rival with hybrid pride, the 2026 Toyota Sequoia Capstone. Its 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 hybrid system, coupled with a 10-speed direct-shift automatic transmission, punches out 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. MSRP starting at around $102,562. Tons of power, tons of torque, but it's the Armada NISMO that's still the driver's SUV, the one that trades silence for soul.
So, what's it like to drive? In a word, dominating. You sit tall, see everything, and when you punch it, that twin-turbo V6 delivers instant shove. There's no delay, no hesitation. The NISMO suspension tightens the ride without punishing your spine, and the steering feels heavier, but in a good way. You feel the mass, sure, but it moves with confidence. The front end bites into corners better than any Armada before it. NISMO didn't reinvent physics. They just taught it some discipline.
Even at highway speeds, it's stable. The twin-turbo V6 hums just below 2,000 RPM at cruising, and when you overtake, it's effortless. You don't just drive it, you command it.
And command it you do. Now, let's talk inside comfort. Up front, wide supportive seats with NISMO bolstering and contrast stitching. The second row's roomy, the third row's surprisingly usable, and the cargo space, massive. This thing's ready for hockey bags, camping gear, and a cross-country trek. You get all the modern safety gear too. ProPilot Assist, adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and the full intelligent around view monitor setup. It's family-ready muscle.
And despite all the aggression, it's quiet when you want it to be. The NISMO exhaust mellows out in cruising mode, so you can enjoy the drive, not just the noise.
So, where does that leave us? The 2026 Nissan Armada NISMO is a rare breed, a full-size SUV that hasn't sold its soul to efficiency or silence. It's loud, it's proud, and it's unapologetically powerful. It's for the driver who wants something that feels alive. And again, with an MSRP starting at around $104,448, it's not cheap. But compared to rivals that cost more and deliver less emotion, it feels like the honest driver's choice. Now, it's time that I turn to my co-host here that shares the same initials as me and ask, what's going on up there regarding this 2026 Nissan Armada NISMO edition by chance, my friend?
What's going on? This is absolutely my favorite SUV on the market right now. This thing is absolutely gorgeous, and I tell you, this reminds me some way or another, for some reason, it reminds me of a Transformer. It does look like Optimus Prime had a baby with a Nissan Armada. It's just so cool to look at, and for the price point at around 105,000 Canadian, I mean, how can you go wrong with this vehicle? We just went over the competition, all well over 100,000, and nowhere near the looks or the drive or the tuning of this car. I have to say, for me, for an affordable SUV that you can actually get into, this vehicle here is just at the top of the list for me, taking over the Land Rover Defender. Yourself?
Wow. Those are bold words.
I love it.
Those are bold words.
I love it.
The Land Rover Defender. Wow.
I love it.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say this, and for the sensitive ears out there, you better cover them, but holy shitballs. This is the SUV version of the GTR. This thing is unreal. I saw it up close and personal. It's cool. You open the doors and all of a sudden this thing starts to lower down. It's awesome. Surprisingly, Honda doesn't have anything to compete against it. You have to see it up close for yourself to actually appreciate this vehicle. And I mean, I can go on and on, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that.
Looks wise, on the road, again, you're getting all that power, all the looks, and it's not just from the exterior. The interior is extremely sharp.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice.
If you want to really compare this car to another vehicle, and we didn't include it in the comps, but you obviously have your Cadillac Escalade, and if you want to get the upper end version of what's available,
but this is the thing. As I mentioned, you know, unless you move into the luxury edition, because the luxuries, because you know Lexus has something, and also within the Nissan family, the Infinity version of the Armada, the QX80. There are comparables, but we're talking about the non-luxury brands. But I see what you mean when you're saying like into the Cadillac.
And that Cadillac that you're talking about, you're touching, I think it's around $180,000 to get into the souped up, roaring, engine ready version. So to me, price point wise, compared to the competition, I know 100,000 still is a steep price tag, but for this car, I see this thing being in the future down the road a collector's item. It's just looks unbelievable. It's ready to hit the road and, you know, impress anyone that wants to have that SUV that can drive well. And to me right now, like I said, this is the number one SUV that I would be looking at purchasing right now. All right, verdict: big heart, big power, and even bigger personality. The Armada NISMO is the SUV that makes you grin every time you press start.
And you know what? I'm going to have to agree. The others bring polish, plush, and tech, but only one brings back soul. That wraps it up for us. Once again, I'm your Chrome Knight.
And I'm the Chrome King. Let us know in the comments which one's your pick. The Chevy's comfort, the Ford's torque, the Jeep's luxury, the Toyota's efficiency, or the Nismo's full throttle fun.
Until then, thank you kindly once again for joining us right here on Frozen Car Kings. And as always, safe drive everywhere you drive.